Hello and good morning. My name is Melanie and I'm your host today on Global Sources Live Sourcing Talk. This is Supplier Stories, where we invite people from the supply side of the sourcing world, manufacturers and suppliers, and get their perspectives on issues that matter to you, sourcing professionals. This episode is part of a series that is produced in cooperation with TEEMA, that's the Taiwan Electrical and Electronic Manufacturers Association. Well, in case you don't know yet, TEEMA is a nonprofit trade organization founded in 1948. That's 75 years this year to develop Taiwan's electrical and electronic sector. They are nonprofit and their aim is to assist members to achieve sustainable development of their sectors. I believe today TEEMA has 3,000 member companies and they divide their membership into 16 categories, which includes semiconductors, electronic components, computers and peripherals, test and measuring equipment, among others. Today, we are privileged to have three guests representing different sectors from TEEMA, and we will meet them in a few minutes. And today's topic is something sourcing professionals are very interested in. It's quality assurance in electronics manufacturing. We will be talking with three TEEMA members, namely Grace Xie of Glory Mark Electronic, a company that specializes in cables and mobile peripherals, Lester Lee of DatoTek International, whose company produces flash memory and memory modules. And our third guest is Ian Chen of Excell Precision, whose company produces precision weighing instruments, like weighing scales. We will ask them three questions related to quality assurance and get their insights on. Firstly, what are the unique challenges of QA or quality assurance in the electronic sector these days? The second question we like to get insights from them is what are the recent or upcoming changes in QA requirements for the electronics industry? And our third question will be what advice can they give to buyers so that they can source high quality products and more? But before all that, before we go into our discussion proper, if this topic interests you, why not click on our video and follow us on our channels on YouTube and Facebook. You will see live content there as well as updates on events from global sources. You can also find information on products and companies that you would like to source from on globalsources.com. So, without further ado, let's bring on our guests. And our first guest that we will meet is Miss Grace Xie, who is the sales manager of Glory Mark. Hello,
Hello,
Grace.
Melania. Good morning, viewer.
Good
And yeah,
afternoon.
it's great to join the live stream show hosted by the Global Sourcing. I honor to
Yeah,
join the show. Yeah,
glad to
this is
have you
Grace
here.
of Corimac. Yeah,
So, you're calling us from Taipei City?
yeah, yeah. We based in Taiwan for sales team, and our factory is located in Dongguan, headquartered in Hong Kong. We are stock
Okay,
listed company in Hong Kong stock market.
all right. Um, do you have, I believe you have a product video or a short
Yeah,
history that you would like to share with us? Would you
sure,
like
sure.
to go ahead?
Please, Joe,
Uh,
would you like to help me to show our company introduction video and the product introduction video?
all right, our coordinator.
Dongguan Glory Mark and Asia Link Technology is wholly owned subsidiary of Glory Mark High Tech Holdings Limited. Glory Mark High Tech was founded in 1990 and listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange in 2002. Through all its subsidiaries, GloryMark principally engages in the design, development, manufacture, and sales of consumer electronics and connectivity products. Its products are mainly used in computers, computer peripheral products, multimedia consumable electronic products, communication products, automobile electronics accessories, wire harness, and medical equipment. GloryMark has 2 manufacturing locations, with a total area of over 40 acres in Dongguan and Fogang of Guangdong Province, with ISO 9001, ISO 13485, IATF 16949 system, and a full range of equipment, including core wire extractors, high-speed horizontal twisting machines, CNC machines, injection molding machines, SMT production lines, and testing equipment. GloryMark can achieve full-line manufacturing capabilities from the extrusion of wires and cables to the assembly and testing of finished assemblies. Through a global service network, GloryMark partners directly with customers to design specific solutions to their interconnect requirements, including wires harnesses, cable assemblies, printed circuit board assemblies, custom molding, as well as complete turnkey assemblies. GloryMark is committed to serving all customers with a persistent vision and mission in order to be a partner in their success.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that video, Grace. And
Yeah, GloryMark's deep product and development and engineer expertise is the driving force and the guarantee of our continuous innovations. The successful collaboration with the top 3 laboratory GRL on projects such as our DP80 cable recently perfectly demonstrate our industry leading expertise. So GloryMark will continue to focus on customers' needs, pursue breakthrough, and work with our partners to create values for our customers. So this is a brief introduction of our company and product. Thank you, Bernania, for
thank you
inviting
very
us.
much, Grace.
Yeah,
That was a good video and a very comprehensive, brief intro in your company, which is And you showed also the certifications, your ISO certifications,
Yeah.
and as you mentioned, your partnership with laboratories that enables you to produce high quality products. And that is your goal
Yeah.
as a company. All
Yeah.
right. So
Correct.
we'll be
Thank you.
speaking with you again, Grace. But let's meet our next guest who will join us in our discussion. Let's bring on Lester Lee of DatoTek, the sales manager of DatoTek, which is a company that produces memory, flash memory, and memory modules. Good morning, Lester.
Good, good morning, Melanie.
Where are
Hi.
you calling us from? In
I'm
Taiwan?
calling from Taiwan, Taipei.
Taipei City.
Yes, yeah,
Uh,
Taipei City.
yeah. All right. So, do you also have a company video or a short history presentation?
Yes, I have a company video. Joe, would you please help me to play the video, please?
All right. Let's look at the DatoTech's company video and talk to Lester in a bit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lester.
Thank
That
you.
was a comprehensive video, and you even showed your different quality assurance tests
Yes,
in the
yes.
factory. Yeah. Uh, Among all your product lines, the products that you export, I believe you wanted to show us one of your newest products today.
Yes, but before show our new product, but I would like to have a brief introduction of DatoTek.
Sure,
Okay,
go ahead.
thank you.
We'd like to know
Data,
more about DataTech.
yes, thank you. DatoTek was built in 2005, so till now it's almost 20 years company. We focus on memory device. So we are a Taiwan-based leading memory solution uh, in, all over the world. And then our own main product is flash drive, DRAM. We have used in different application industrial, including like consumer grade, industrial grade, and also we trying to provide a high end, even military grade for different kind of customer. So that is our brief introduction of our company. Then I would like to introduce a little bit about our new product. Uh, I would like to share my screen.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lester.
Thank you. Can you see the my screen now?
All right, you're showing us your Amber Shield portable
Okay.
SSD.
Yes, correct.
Go ahead. Go
Uh,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. This is our new product this year. Actually, every year we will try to develop a new design, new product, and launch during Computex every year. And this is our new product of this year. So, what is the difference of this product? If we can find many of portable SSD in the market. But what is the difference is DatoTek succeed on we produce the product with IP6 and IP7. It means waterproof and dustproof product. But the speed also reach the highest speed all over the market now, including like some major brand uh, in Taiwan or even in American brands. They are not still succeed on this point. So this is a very good product, especially we noticed there are some outdoor YouTuber, they were going outside and take video, picture, and they need to upload their file anytime, anywhere. However, sometimes the weather is unexpected. It could raining and maybe in a desert. So Embouchure will be a perfect product for this kind of users. Thank you.
So you have been you developed Amber Shield for
Yeah.
like content creators, vloggers who may be
Yes.
traveling and being in
Yes.
extreme weather conditions.
Yes.
Perfect.
You're right.
Yeah. So you are so I understand you mentioned that your products are for consumer grade, industrial grade, and military grade.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
later in our discussion, you will be able to give us insights on how to
Yes.
do
Sure.
QA for these different product
Sure.
categories, which have different levels of quality standards. All
Sure.
right. So thank you, Lester.
Thank you.
Let's meet our third guest who will be joining us, and he is Ian Chen, who is the product manager of Excell Precision. Their line is precision weighing scales. And without further ado, let's have Ian Chen. Ian, can you? I can't hear you. Okay. Hi,
Hi everyone,
Ian.
this is
Yeah.
Ian,
Good
Excel
morning,
Precision.
Ian.
Good
Yeah.
morning. Good morning.
You're also calling us from Taipei City.
Yes, we are in New
Uh,
Taipei. Yes.
New Taipei.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You also have, but to introduce your company, Excel Precision, you also prepared the video, I understand?
Yes, I will start to briefly introduce the company, and then after that, we will go with the videos. Okay,
Okay.
let me start
Yes.
it. Yes. Uh,
Tell us more about Excel Precision, Ian.
okay. Excell Precision is founded in 1979, a global leading manufacturer and marketer of high precision instrument and the supplier of industrial automation. We supply and help customers over 150 countries worldwide in a variety of industry and applications. In 1996, Excel made the first lead-acid battery scale in Taiwan. Since then, business is growing and Excel is expanding. We established Shanghai Excel in 1994 and established Vietnam Excel in 2007. We value our product innovation and the product reliability. Most importantly, we value our customers' trust in us. Our mission is to make the customers satisfied. Now let's look at the company videos.
thank you very much, Ian, for that comprehensive history of your company. And
Thank you. Mm.
yeah,
And
so you're going to show us, I believe, one of
yes,
your
yes.
newest product models.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Our companies, besides focus on the high precision scales, we also focusing on the waterproof scales and indicator. Here's our newest product. Let me introduce our newest product, which is here. Uh, the new product is called SUB, which is short for IP68, which is short for submarine. SUB is IP68 waterproof weighing scale. The resolutions can be from 3,000 to 15,000. Capacity is from 3 kilogram to 15 kilogram. It's a streamlined, low profile scales, and the streamline help to ensure the IP68 because we have the housing and the seal strip very streamlined that makes sure it's IP68, and its low profile is only 100 millimeter in height, and the low profile will allow user to use less effort to take up and down the object while weighing. That also makes compact and portable. It uses 304 stainless steel, which is easy to clean and great to use in food and packaging industries. To ensure IP68 in design, we use waterproof mechanical buttons here. So each button is mechanical button. So if any issue with the buttons, we can repair each one individually. And we leave enough margin area around the overlays, which also make it waterproof. So that's for design. And also in the inspection, we inspect the fineness of the housing and hardness of the seal strip. And finally, at the last stage before shipping out, each sub has passed a negative pressure test to ensure that it can pass IP68. For its power, we choose 18650 lithium rechargeable battery instead of lead acid battery. That is because lithium battery are less toxic, longer-lived energy storage alternatives. It is more efficient and it takes less time to charge. Also, more importantly, the self-discharge is very low and it can be recharged for 500 cycles, which is more environmental friendly. And to replace the battery, just unscrew the four screw at the bottom, and then it can be easily replaced. So besides that, the battery compartment is also protected with the seal strips. And inside, we have the upward and the downward stops to protect the low cell damage, possibly from the overloading or from the pulling the pen too hard. And then for over 10,000 resolution, those cells are conditioned to meet its performance requirement. We have a different version for both LCD and LED versions are available. In addition to the standard DC jack models, our premium model is sub air charge. It is IP68 wireless charging waterproof wind scales, the only kind sold in the world, which avoids corrosion in DC jack. As you know, when DC jack is corroded, it makes it unable to charge, and the charging pad for the wireless models is also IP68 designed. It has 15-watt output and conform with chip standard. So that means that you can charge your wireless cell phone on it. And also we have the strong magnet inside that can hold the charging pad, so it's not easy to fall off. Thank you. That's briefly introduction of our new product sub. Thank you.
A very interesting new product, Ian. So it's not only weighing scale that is made to precision standards, but it is also energy. It addresses energy efficiency concerns, and you avoid toxicity, and you can even charge a cell phone in it. So that's a
Oh,
very
yes, yes.
interesting product. So thank you very much, Ian. Uh, Thank you, Ian,
Thank you.
Grace, and Lester, for your product and company videos, and histories. Now I'm going to invite all of you to our discussion proper on which is important to our buyer community. And it's a rare chance for buyers to uh, get insights from the other side of the table from the suppliers. So let's go to our discussion proper and let's have the first question that we'd like to get insights from you three. It's about what are the unique challenges of quality assurance in electronics. And since you are in different product categories, I expect that there will be some nuances of quality assurance in your sectors. So to answer this question, let us. How about we ask Grace first? Uh,
Okay.
what are the unique challenges of quality assurance in your sector, which is mobile peripherals, cables, USB
Yeah.
cables, and all the rest?
Okay. Let me share my opinion. Here are some of items that I can tell. The first one will be the rapid technological advancement. Consumer electronic products are constantly evolving, with new products and features being introduced at a rapid pace. So that this poses a challenge for QA team to keep up with the latest technology and ensure that the testing methodology are up to date. This is the first one that I can tell. And the second one will be the diverse hardware and software configuration. Consumer electronics in pass a wide range of devices, each of with its own hardware specification, operating system, and software versions. So QA team need to test their products across various configurations to ensure compatibility and constant performance. And the third one will be the user experience and the usability. Consumer electronics are designed for end users, so their certification and is very crucial. So QA team need to focus not only on functional testing, but also on user experience, usability, and intuitive interface. So ensuring a seamless and enjoyable user experience require careful testing and feedback collection. Okay, here is the three unique challenge that I can tell for the time being. Thank
I,
you.
you mentioned the functional testing, and
Yeah,
the last one you mentioned is from the point of view of the user.
user
So yeah,
experience.
how do
Yeah.
you gather uh, user feedback? Just to explore that item a bit that you mentioned as part of your quality assurance and the challenge you face. How do you get end user feedback?
Through our partner, our brand customer. After we sell the products, they will feedback customers' experience, uh, uh, like or a dislike for our products, and we can also got some feedbacks from our social media, like linking or other social media. We has post our products and uh, customer can have a review so we can know from their feedbacks. Yeah.
And so social media is useful to you in some way that when you post a product and
Yeah.
the end user gives a review, their feedback goes into your quality assurance process, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you, Grace. Now let's hear from Lester. How what are the unique challenges of quality assurance in your line? And earlier you mentioned already that you have different sectors. You have consumer grade,
Yes.
industrial grade, and military grade. And I suppose you could start from there, the
Okay.
unique challenges in your sector.
Okay. Before to discuss about the challenge of quality assurance, I would like to uh, let everybody know what is the trend of the memory devices and the electronic devices. So we think in the past, maybe our computer is very big, and many electronic device, their size very big. But what is the trend of the electronics device? They're trying to make it smaller, faster, and even for memory, they trying to make the capacity bigger and bigger. So we think, how can we put same capacity, even bigger capacity within the same size, even smaller size? So here I would like to show a comparison. So we check this one, the white one. Actually, this is a traditional portable hard drive, 2.5 inch. So this is our new product, portable SSD. So, so you see, so now the new product, they trying to make the size only 15, maybe even less than the
Less than half.
traditional. Yes,
Less than
yes,
half.
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
less than half. So
of the small one already, even smaller than a small. And because I remember a time when
yes,
you had to have like a shoebox size
yes, yes, you're
for
right.
memory, but now you have reduced it. And in the future, you think that the trend is going to products that are smaller but have
Yeah,
faster,
faster
have
and
more
bigger.
capability.
Smaller.
Yes, yes. So
Smaller
so
but everything in.
So for us, our challenge is I think it's the heat issue because there are too many different kind of device they need to put memory. So after our factory, we check the function, check the spec, check everything inside the tech department. But when we put in some device, for example, like a Steam Deck, is a gaming machine with a very small size. So when we put inside the device, actually there's too much space for us to doing some uh, heat spreading. Yeah, so for our industry, I think the heating is the challenge for us to solve. So we also work with some thermal pad supplier. We use multiple different layer for cooler and some different kind of mixed material to trying to solve the heat issue. So that is why we made this product. Now it's the number one to reach the higher speed and reach IP67 in the market. Thank you.
应该
That's
是他们
my
的同事啦，
yes
或者是谁？
Thank you, Lester. So
yeah
for memory and memory products, the
yes
heat issue, heat dissipation, is a QA challenge that you're facing
yes
right now.
yes. You're
Uh,
right.
let's hear from Ian. How about in the area of weighing and precision scales? What is of course, we know that ensuring precision alone of your balances and your scales is um, uh, something something challenging already. But what are the unique challenges now for your sector?
Okay. Uh, our sector is our product is actually high precision scale, which is measuring device and categorized as an industrial product. And usually our products sell for at least 10 years or more. So the challenge for us is reliability of the product. And so in the beginning, we had to select a reasonable component that has a reasonable price and also has a long life. So it's very that's a challenge because one thing is that the standard of the EMC and LVD regulation will be updated 3 or 4 years. So during life cycles, we have to update our circuit probably once or twice in the life cycles. And because our product is regulated by most of the metrological government in different governments, so all the changes had to be retested again. So that's our challenge. Is at the start of the design to select the right component, and the cost is not expensive and it's very reliable. So that's our challenge in our industry, because as we know, unlike consumer product, um, it's not regulated, so any change can be done instantly. But for us, our product is very regulated by the local government. All the change had to be reviewed, retested again, and reissue the certificate. That's our challenge. Thank you.
Yes, your product is not consumer grade, so it is regulated in different regions of the world. There are laws that regulate your instruments because they are precision weighing instruments. So your challenge is, since you need to make your products last for, I think you mentioned, a decade, at least 10 years. So you have to be forward looking, so that you will be keeping in line with the regulations, but also kind of like being a step ahead, so that you can develop your products to be durable for 10 years. And so you need to find components that will be compliant with the government regulations of each region or territory that you export in, right? So
Yes,
that's
that's correct.
unique in, yeah, uh, in our discussion here, because you are in the precision instrument sector. So having components in the meeting government regulations. So yeah, there you have it. Buyers, you've seen and heard from Lester, Grace, and Ian the unique challenges of QA in their sector. For Grace, there are the functional tests and of course the user experience. For Lester, in the memory modules, it is heat dissipation that will be the issue, because uh, memory needs to be smaller in form factor, but have to contain and be able to produce or be able to function well as storage devices. And for Ian, it's keeping abreast with government regulations for um, regulated products. So thank you. That's just our first question, and let's move on to our second question, uh, which is, what are the upcoming QA trends or challenges in your sector that buyers need to know about, and how are you responding to these? So let's go around the table again and ask Grace first.
Okay.
What are the recent and upcoming changes in QA requirements for the electronics industry in your sector?
Okay,
Go
as
ahead.
I just said that user experience is crucial. So this is the coming future challenge that I can tell will be the user-centric testing. QA team are placing more emphasis on user-centric testing methodologies, including usability testing, user experience testing, and getting users' feedback. This helps ensure that the customers' electronic products meet user experience and deliver a certification experience. And the second, I think, will be the compliance and the sustainable and the environmental standards. With growing environmental concerns, consumer electronics companies are focusing on sustainable practice and meeting environmental regulations. So our QA team may need to incorporate the testing for eco-friendly materials, energy efficiency, and recyclability. So to the environmental standards. So I think that is important to note that consumer electronic industry is continually evolving, and the new QA requirement may emerge as technology advances and the market demands. So it's advisable to refer recent industry updates and consult with experts to stay up to date with the latest QA requirements. So these are some of the future challenges that I can tell to share with all of you.
Yeah, so again, the usability and
Yeah,
uh, how the feedback from users will be important. But you also mentioned the compliance with more
compliance and
environmental
the sustainability.
regulations.
Yeah,
Yes, because it's been in the news that consumer electronics products account for some of the uh, probably not the greatest, but a lot of waste.
sure.
Suppliers like yourselves need to address uh, the issue of waste and, of course, sustainable production through the use of sustainable materials. And I've seen some of those uh, uh, cables made
Yeah,
from biodegradable or alternative materials, right? Wheat,
yes,
wheat, different kinds of plants. These are just, of course, initial steps into meeting environmental standards, and so this
yes,
will be a challenge for you.
yes,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, in our industry. Yeah,
in your industry. Now, let's ask Lester. What will be the
Okay.
new QA requirements that you
Uh,
foresee?
okay. Thank you. In our industry, I think the challenge in the changes in our industry is the form and form factor become more and more complex. For example, we think we used to store our data in some specific device of application. For normal people, they just use computer. But now we notice that because everything they turn to electronics, like McDonald's, we used to buy breakfast before 10 and 30. Uh, the menu they change the menu by their people, but now they turn to electronic board. So what
Yeah,
is
the kiosk,
the
self-service
yeah
kiosk.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because everything now they change electronics. So at our side, we need to build up more and more different SOP, system operation process for different kind of device area, because every device they have different requirement. For example, like memory cards for consumer grade, they only care about maybe the speed and the capacity, but for industrial grade, they need to some they ask why temperature, some they ask they want high endurance, high PE cycle, and for some military grade, they might have some higher requirement. So for us, every in different field and different industry, they for us is like every case is OEM case, because some require I need read speed standard, and some require rise speed standard, and some required the temperature on temperature. So for us, actually, from in the past 3 years, our QA team already double double. We have double the different standard in our QA team. So in the future, I think the changes is everything for this like OEM. We will have more and more QA standard for different kind of field and different kind of products. Yes.
So the change will be, it's more like everything will be customized. No
Yes.
one size fits all procedure. You will
Yes.
have for each line a
Yes.
different SOP.
Yes.
So, and now, and you've responded by increasing the number of your QA personnel.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is thank you, Lester. Let's
Thank you.
hear from Ian. Uh, how about in the your sector, weighing scales and balances? What are the upcoming changes in QA?
Yes, scale industry is often regulated by local government, as I said before, because it's generally used for trade, and every country has its own meteorological regulations and marking and sealing requirements. We had to keep update with those regulations and the requirement. In our two biggest market, Europe and US, we had to conform to its quality system to make the complete scales that's used in legal for trade. And to do that, we had to be able to perform the first verification, which is just a checking of the performance of the scales, and then we can sell to the Europe and the US. So in that case, in Europe, we had to meet the NAUI Module D requirement, and in US, we need to meet the VCAP requirement, and those requirements, those quality system requirements, is very similar to the ISO 9001, and each scale we had to test and verify it before we shipping out. And another trend is that for scale, we have its own production inspection checklist, and which can be traced with the serial number. And those paperwork has been changed and to electronic document, which can be easily found using computer. That will help to trace any quality issue if anything come up. And finally, the last thing is our customer required something different. For example, in our case, we make a lot of IP68 scaled and indicators, but now IP68 is not enough. We had to go with IP69K, and this is a challenge because how to make IP69K in mass production, that is a challenge for QA team. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ian. You mentioned get the recent changes is like will be requiring your company or your QA team to go through a product similar to ISO certification and have electronic documentation so that I guess from the end users point of view, they can just go to our website and using the serial number, they can verify or get some information about your balances and scales, right?
Yeah, that's right. So if any our customer is saying that something wrong with these scales, we can trace back who made it and when he make it and what kind of material is ordered. So everything can be traced.
Yes. So, given that there's a lot of documentation there, aside of course from the testing, how has this impacted the size of your QA personnel? Lester mentioned earlier that they had to increase their QA team numbers. How about in your sector? Have you hired more QA engineers or personnel, or is it the change in process or framework with the same team?
Actually, we didn't actually increase the QA personnel, but we try to make the process more efficient. And because we used to be for doing those testing, it requires about 30 minutes, and we use a computer to and then change the software, and which make us the testing reduced to like 10 minutes for each scales. So that's one of the reasons that we didn't increase the personnel. And also for the IP68 testings, the waterproof testing, we use a negative pressure test. And so we have those tools. So those tools take about 3 minutes to check it, and which is not a lot of time. So we actually, with those tools and those help, our QA team can meet those demand.
So it's not it's more efficiency in your work process. You don't have to increase the number of personnel, but because what you've done is taken the process efficiency approach in your QA, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. So thank you, Ian, Grace, and Lester, for sharing your insights on what are the upcoming changes in quality assurance in the electronics industry. I think we can move on to our third topic, and I think this would be of great interest to the buyers out there, the professional buyers out there, is to hear from you, suppliers, your advice or tips on how they can be assured that they are sourcing quality products from suppliers. Let's go to Grace. Would you like to answer that question? What advice would you give to buyers to ensure that they're sourcing
Yeah, very
quality
good.
products? Go ahead, Grace.
Okay. Here are a few pieces of my opinion. The first one will be a clear, defined your quality requirement. Before sourcing product, clearly define your quality expectation and requirements. Specify and design performance, functionality, durability, and any specific standards or certification for the products you need. And the second will be the conduct through the supplier evaluation. Carefully evaluate the potential supplier based on their trade record, reputation, quality management systems, and look for suppliers who have ever proved their history delivery high quality product and demonstrate a commitment to quality control process. And the third one will be the request sample and contact testing. Request product sample from potential supplier and conduct through testing to assess their quality. Testing can include performance evaluation, durability tests, safety checks, and compliance with applicable regulation or standards. So this will help the buyer to verify if the products meet their quality requirement. And then, if possible, perform factory inspection and implement quality insurance agreements or maintain regular communication with suppliers and keep monitoring and evaluating performance for the suppliers are all the tips. So following these steps, the buyer can enhance the chance of sourcing high quality product and minimize the risk of receiving non-compliant goods. So, maintaining a strong focus on quality will contribute to customer certification and protect buyer's brand in the long run. So these are some few pieces of advice that I can give to the buyers to
Thank you.
sourcing a qualified supplier
Yeah.
and
So
qualified
first, yeah. So you said for buyers should specify what they want, give
yeah,
their
yeah,
specs, and
clear
then
define.
research the capability of the supplier. And the third is to get or procure a product
Simple.
sample so that they can
Yeah,
test it
simple.
themselves,
Yeah,
and
simple.
be aware of the certifications and
Certification.
quality certifications of their future uh, s- partner supplier.
Yeah,
Thank you, Grace. How about
my pleasure.
Lester? Would you like to add to what
Yeah.
Grace already mentioned?
Sure. The first, from my opinion, the first point actually is just like Grace mentioned. A clear define is very important. I have mentioned before that same product, but different customer they will have different requirements. Maybe on the speed, maybe on the temperature, working temperature. So the first step I think is clear define what you need, and second, I think the very important thing is to check the factory, because once you visit the factory and you will know what's the ability of this company they can do, and then they can require a sample product to check. And the final, I would suggest to build up audited process. For this, my customer they will audit our factory every quarter. It's a regular auditor, and they will have a 6 months small review on the past 6 months about the year rate, about any problem they have, and one every a year, the supervisor they will also visit our factory to review the past year, what kind of problem we have and how we solve about the troubleshooting, and we will discuss about the future, maybe what is the product changes and how we can change the manufacture process to improve the quality assurance in the future. Yes, that would be my suggestion and opinion on the quality sourcing of the buyer. Yeah.
Yeah. So in addition to what Grace mentioned,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lester's advice to buyers is, aside from clarifying all your specifications,
Yes.
is Lester is actually inviting buyers to the factory, check the factory, so that you can see their production lines and talk to the key personnel. And Lester also mentioned periodic review or audit from a qualified auditor, and periodic 6 months, every 6 months, and then every year. This is an important or key step toward ensuring that if the buyer sees any errors, this will be corrected. And at the next review, the buyer can check if their concerns have already been addressed. That is a good advice, and I hope the suppliers remember your advice. Uh, Come to the factory and then hire a professional auditor to help you in performance review of your supplier partner. Thank you, Lester.
Thank you.
Now let's go to Ian. And Ian, would you care to add to what Grace and Lester already mentioned, and how buyers can ensure that they get quality products?
Yes, I totally agree with Leo said. Uh, to check the audit the factory, check the visit the factory every year and check if the quality system is anything goes wrong. And another thing that I would suggest is that because in our industry, the product life is more than 10 years. So you need to check also the EMC and LVD report have been updated once a while. For example, the standard has been changed 3 or 4 years. That had to keep updated. They also check if the rules or the packaging directive of requirement of the European market and the US market, if that be meet, because that have been changed every year. And also in our industry, if possible, check if they have any like type approval certificate, or check if there is any patent approval certificate, because every certificate means that there is a certain quality inside it. And more importantly, in our scales, the heart of the scale is the low cell. You need to check what kind of low cell is being used. Does low cell has any kind of certificate? And as everybody said before you buying any product, make sure the specification of your product has been specified clearly, so there is no misunderstanding between you and the customer. That's I'm think of. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. So you added uh, the supplier should be aware of the new regulations applying to the product they are sourcing, and to be responsible in knowing that, so that when they source from a supplier, they can check already or specify what certifications they need and how the product is compliant with the regulations in their region. So
Yes.
thank you. Especially thank you, Grace, Lester, and Ian. Suppliers, there you have it. Buyers, there you have it from our supplier friends. They've given you advice on how you can source top quality products. So be careful and specify what you need from them, and then tell them what you want. Visit their factory and hire professional auditors, and know or be aware of the regulations that as they apply to the products that you source, so that you will have top quality products for your business, whether it's large or small. If your products are top quality and compliant, this will be top selling products in your market. So thank you very much, Grace of Glory Mark, Ian of Excell Precision, and Lester of DatoTek. It was a very interesting discussion on quality assurance in electronics manufacturing from you, from suppliers. And I believe our buyers will learn a lot from our short, hopefully, it's a brief discussion, but I hope they learned a lot of tips from you. Thank you very much to our guests. And
Hello.
Grace, yes, go
Yeah,
ahead,
it
Grace.
is our pleasure, and I'm very glad to join This is the first live stream event that I joined. So
I
thank
hope it
you,
will not be the last.
Melania. Yeah, and in before the end of this event, I would like to invite all our visitors to our viewers to visit our coming electronic show in Brazil, São Paulo. That is going to exhibit from uh, 10 to 13 in July. Uh, be our guest and join us. And we will display all our new products like DP cables, USB 4 cables, and the docking stations, and all kind of new products. See all the guys be our guest. Then,
Thank you,
thank you,
Grace, for the
Bettina.
invite. Uh, how about Ian and Lester? Do your companies have any upcoming participation in trade shows or any events that you would like to mention?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Leo
Ian,
go.
I'm sorry. Ian, please go first.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Ian.
Yes, in November we have a exhibition in Shanghai. So the detail will be posted on our website. And if everyone need to know about it, please visit us in the exhibition in Shanghai in November. Thank you.
Go ahead, Lester.
Yes. I would like to also have advertise on our next exhibition. Our next exhibition will be in Dubai, JETEX. It's on the period is on October 16 to 20. So welcome to join us, everyone. Yeah, thank you.
Now, there you have it, folks. We've had a very interesting discussion about quality assurance in electronics manufacturing today from Grace of Glory Mark, Ian from Excell Precision, and Lester from DatoTek. Their companies are members of TEEMA. So that's all for now. And thanks for joining us in this episode of Supplier Stories. Our thanks also to TEEMA for cooperating with us in producing this show series. To our viewers of Sourcing Professionals, we hope to see you back in our future episodes of Global Sources Live. Maybe Grace, Ian, and Lester will uh, allow us to invite them again. So thank you very much. Good day,
Thank
everyone,
you,
and
Thank
see you
everyone.
you.
again. Tune in again on Global Sources Live. This is Melanie, and on behalf of our coordinator, Joe Ngai, and all the team in Global Sources, have a good day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye
Have a
now.
good day.
Bye bye.
Have a
Have a
good
good
day.
Bye.
day.
Thank